Hey guys, happy Sunday, December 22nd. We got the weekend box office estimates in. I'm going to go over those with you real quick, talk about how Q4 looks like it is going to end up, what that might mean for AMC in terms of cash burn, and we will end this video with a quick look at the chart and my thoughts about how AMC is going to trade as we finish out this year. Let's get right into it. This weekend's box office came in just over $141 million. That brings the last 7-day total for box office to just over $183 million. That means for the quarter, Q4 is now sitting at $1.93 billion. Now we have beat Q4 of 2023. And if we look at the numbers going back several years, this will be the best Q4 for the industry since 2019. Obviously, what we need from Hollywood is good movies so we can get back to these Q4 numbers like 2.6, 2.7, $2.8 billion. Didn't happen this year. We will have to see how 2025 goes. Looking at our top 5 movies for this weekend, Sonic the Hedgehog is estimated to bring in domestically just over 62 million. Mufasa only 35 million. Wicked still bringing in revenue at 13.5 million. Moana 2 13.1 million, and Homestead bringing in 6 million. Unfortunately, those numbers for Mufasa and Sonic, 35 million and 62 million, did not meet industry expectations of 50 to 60 million for Mufasa and 75 to 89 million for Sonic. But there are 9 days still left in the quarter and it is a holiday, so these movies will continue to bring in revenue. Looking at the Q4 countdown, how is the total of Q4 going to end up? My estimate now is somewhere around 2.2 billion for Q4, unless a bunch of people decide to go see more movies than I'm expecting over the next 9 days. I was hoping to have some thoughts to share with you guys on my viewing experience of Sonic 3 and Mufasa, but things kind of did not go as planned this weekend. Unfortunately, my wife's dog passed away this weekend. He was 14. R.I.P. to Tebow crossing the Rainbow Bridge. As you can imagine, it was not exactly a movie viewing weekend for us this weekend going out, but we did watch Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 at home, so we are fully prepped to go see Sonic 3 later this week, and we will be seeing Mufasa as well. We'll get into the spreadsheet and expectations for cash burn, profit, and loss after the quarter is over and we have the final numbers, but right now I'm kind of thinking that the cash burn could potentially be as high as $140 million for Q4, and I'm expecting a weak Q1 also, which again is why AMC is doing the equity raise, the 50 million shares right now that attempt to raise cash and maintain enough liquidity on the balance sheet with a weak Q4 and a weak Q1. Weak meaning that they're going to burn more cash than they would like to be burning. Keeping an eye on box office, the cash on the balance sheet, and having realistic expectations about both box office and cash burn, and thinking like management can help you often anticipate when things like these dilution announcements are going to come out. And I'm going to continue to share my thoughts with you guys on that to bring a common sense viewpoint, realistic viewpoint of what is going on the balance sheet and how I think management is thinking about it. If you're a buy and hold investor, you're not going to care. You're just going to hold no matter what. If you're a more risk averse trader who doesn't want to participate in a dilution event, then just continue to tune into the channel from time to time, and I will continue to share my thoughts. I do want AMC and all of you to succeed, and I think that as the box office increases in 2025 and 2026, there is a very real possibility that the company can have some profitable quarters or maybe even a profitable year. And that really starts changing the story for AMC. But I'm not a big fan of holding through dilution events. So if you haven't been keeping up with the channel, I did exit the play in November after that Q3 earnings announcement, and looking at my forecast, as I have told you guys, I expected a mid-December dilution announcement, the one that we're dealing with right now. I don't think that we're quite done with the dilution yet. I'm carefully tracking the stock price and the volume, and when I think that things make sense for me then I will re-enter the play. More important to me, though, than the dilution or the forward contract, all the bickering and arguing and debating that's going on about that, the company's going to raise money from selling 50 million shares. That much I know. But the other thing that I'm worried about is the fact that they only have 1.07 million shares left authorized. And I don't think that they're just going to sit on their hands going forward and have no cash raise ability. So this is the more critical thing that I'm watching for and waiting for the company to announce. What are they going to do about being out of shares? I can't give you an exact timeline of when I expect to hear something from them, but that is also something that I am carefully tracking. And I think it is worth pointing out to you so that you have that in the back of your mind as something to factor into your own personal risk analysis. I know that there are people that are actually happy now that the company is out of shares, because if there is no equity raise ability, no dilution ability from the company, people think that a short squeeze is more likely. I can't tell you if that is a correct theory or not, but I'm going to acknowledge that that theory is out there, and I guess we will have to wait and see. But at the end of the day, eventually the company is going to do something to give themselves some more cash raise ability, and how the market reacts to that is a bit of an unknown. And so I am just playing it cautious right now, following my own DD and checking my own risk assessment, my own risk tolerance. As always, make your own decisions, do what you guys like, do what feels right to you. I'm just here sharing my thoughts and opinions. Looking at the chart, the last time AMC did a share offering was in March of this year, and that is over on the far left-hand side of this chart here. When they did the offering, the stock was trading around $4.25, and it tanked all the way down to $2.38 or so, and that is where I loaded up. I had sold the day before that dilution announcement in March. I sold my shares on March 27th, and I bought back in as it bottomed out here. And that was a fantastic trading opportunity for me as I sold those shares into the run-up in May, and I had picked up some inexpensive call options and made over 1,000% on those in that run-up in May. Always have a trading plan, be flexible, and don't be scared to take profits into run-ups. That is how I trade AMC. Guys, do whatever you want. This time when they announced the dilution, the stock was trading over $5, and it's pushed down so far to, where are we at? $4.18. We are at the demand zone right now, and so something carefully to track over the next week or so is to see if support holds in this demand zone around $4. If this zone does not hold, you could see a substantial decline in the price of the stock. Obviously, nobody wants to see that happen. I can't tell you for sure what is going to happen. It really depends on the selling pressure that is applied from the company to raise the cash that they need, and the buying pressure from buyers to support that equity raise. In the meme stock basket world, there are folks on the GameStop side who are convinced Roaring Kitty is going to come out with another announcement. If that happens, I think that AMC would run with it. So we will cross our fingers that Roaring Kitty decides to show his face again. If not, then we're just going to be at the whims of the market as we finish out this year and as AMC tries to finish up that 50 million share equity raise. I'm going to stay on the sidelines with my cash as it plays out. Look for an optimal entry. I will continue to support the company by going to see movies in the meantime and publish my movie reviews. Let me know down in the comments, what do you guys think is going to happen over the next couple weeks? Where is the Q4 box office going to end up? If you have any questions, drop them for me down there below as well. I am Tony Denaro. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video.